What's up and welcome in week 2 of Friday Night Hits on your screen right now. I'm Mark Whiteman. Thanks as always for joining us. Big time battles all over the upstate tonight, but we begin in Piedmont where the Wren Hurricanes sought their first win hosting a sizzling Seneca side. It is our Sparrow Financial game of the week, and for the first time this fall, the newest member of our sports team, Chase Justice, has the highlights.
Our Week 2 Game of the Week takes us to Piedmont, where the Wren Hurricanes play host to the Seneca Bobcats. The Hurricanes come into this one 0-1 on the year and having lost 2 games to Seneca in 2022. You could tell early on that this one was personal. We'll get things started in the first following a quick field goal by Seneca. The Canes coming out swinging. Colton Bagwell hits Seth Hickerson in the back of the end zone. Wren takes a 7-3 lead. Fast forward early second quarter, more of the same for the Category 2 Hurricanes. This time, Bagwell finds the freshman Carson Bryant. All Canes hold the slaw up 21-3 midway through the second. Moving to the end of the second, after a big Wren interception, they get the ball back at midfield. Time now for a little trickery. We've got a halfback pass from Reese Price to Hickerson once again. That kid lives in the end zone. All Canes up 27-3. Cats answer quick. They drive the length of the field. Raphael Little punches in their lone score of the first half from the Wildcat. All Canes throughout. Final score 48-30.
I love Wren. I love this community, and I'm fired up for them. It was a good win today. Just one win. Got 8 more games to play, so we're gonna go get after those ones.
The Seneca Bobcats will now turn their attention to St. Joseph's Catholic, while the Wren Golden Hurricanes will make the trip to Anderson to face TL Hanna. For now, in Piedmont, Chase Justice, WYFF News 4 Sports.
Chase, great job. Thank you. All Canes, no slaw. Love that. Broome and Spartanburg separated by less than 3 miles. Getting after it as the unbeaten Centurions traveled down East Main to meet the Vikings, swashbuckling into this one after topping Dutch Fork last Friday. First 2-0 start for Broome since 2017. Centurions up a touchdown in the third. That's Spartanburg's Cam Smith. He's in to tie the game at 7. Another defensive battle here. This Vikings defense incredible. Same score into the fourth. Third down for the Vikings. Tomaje Johnson, I'll do it myself. The quarterback keeper pushes Spartanburg up 14-7. Broome, however, back with the ball, answering back. Asher Littlejohn, yes sir, he's in for the touchdown, but Broome goes for the 2-point conversion to take the late lead. That 2-point conversion, no good, and Spartanburg hangs on to beat Broome in a thrilling 14-13 win. No championship hangover at Abbeville. The reigning 2A champs, 2-0, made the drive up to Simpsonville tonight to see Southside Christian. They beat the Sabres last year. SSC trying to return the favor, leading 14-7 late in the half. Going on 4th and short, that's Carson Bowman finding Zach Brewster to keep the chains moving. 2 plays later, Bowman to Dylan Ramos, spinning, winning, inning. Touchdown, Sabres 21-7. Panthers trying to muster some end-of-half magic on 3rd and long. Jay Hill, the quarterback, runs longer for the first down. And just like last week, Abbeville again, they trail all game, but they rally for a late lead with a game-winning 2-point conversion, 22-21 over the Sabres. The Electric City Showdown, West Side hosting TL Hanna. Rams snapped a 5-game losing skid in the series last year. They're leading in the 4th, 28-17. Tacking on D. Robertson. Deezy does it from 11 yards out. Hanna trying to get something going, giving it to Katie Patterson. That is always the right call. 30 yards into the end zone. That cuts the West Side lead to 12, but Robertson scores again, and the Rams keep rumbling. Their second straight win in the rivalry, 42-30. Let's show you a few scores tonight. Hillcrest beating Clover 24-7. Saluda over 96-25-zip. Christchurch, big time win over Asheville 27-26, and BHP beating Lawrence 49-21. Burns and Greenville both ranked number 1 in the state in 5A and 4A respectively last week, both losing last week, both seeking an early season signature win tonight. In Duncan, only one of them would get it though. That's how sports works clearly, and Burns feeling great with a 21-0 halftime lead, but here come the Raiders. Third quarter, Bryson Drummond, Dean Blackwell. Greenville's on the board 21-7. Burns would kick a field goal and then a 4th down stop. They snuff it out. They get the ball back. Burns big time defensively, and into the 4th. They've got a freshman running back by the name of Trey Segara. He looks like a superstar. 53 yards to the spacious timeshare. Burns bounces back with a 37-14 win. Powdersville's 0-2. Both losses have come by a single point, looking to get right against Malden straight to the third. Patriots up 28-10. Powdersville's in close. Eli Hudgens, he's in. 34-10 after the missed extra point. Powdersville pulling away, but Malden, they'd put together a long drive trying to answer 5 yards from the end zone, going on fourth down. Cole Coleman, great name, gets into the backfield. They get a turnover on downs. Powdersville gets the ball back. The Mavericks would keep it close. They stay within striking distance. Nemo Floyd for the Malden touchdown, but they can't quite rally as Powdersville picks up their first win of the year, 41-32. Gotta love a rivalry game in Greer. Blue Ridge Tigers at home against the Yellow Jackets. They got a 7-0 lead in the first quarter. That's Chris Hall finding his lane, shedding tacklers for the 30-plus yard carry. We call that a chunk play. Hall's hungry. Keep feeding him. Check out the big fellas blocking. Hall untouched for the 25-yard touchdown. Greer goes up 2 scores en route to a convincing rivalry win, 51-0. Dorman and Greenwood meeting for the second year in a row. The Cavaliers picked up the first win of the Jake Morris era last Friday. The Eagles at home shaking those feathers and shaking off a rough loss last week, hoping to at least scoreless in the first half. Detorius Gary, bit of a burst for the first down run. Greenwood, however, would be unable to capitalize. Still scoreless. Dorman's David Sorensen finding KD Hainsworth down the sideline for a big gain of his own, but Dorman also unable to capitalize. This was a low-scoring game that Greenwood fends off Dorman in 10-7, the final. We are halfway home on this Friday Night Hit. Some tremendous games still to come. But first, as we hit halftime, it's time for Mic'd Up. Woodruff head coach Brett Sloan, he's wearing the wire.
Hey, go, let's go. Well, it shouldn't have taken us that long to get everybody in. He was on the 50-yard line, Greg. Man, he was wide open, wasn't he? Every snap, we've had a missed assignment. The bad part is we've done nothing but beat ourselves. The bad thing is it's hard to get in tempo because we're not getting first downs. You know what I mean? Y'all are playing fantastic. Do you understand me? Keep playing, keep going, okay?
Thank you, ladies. JL Man on the march, going for a second straight 3-0 start to the season, hosting Woodruff. No score in the first quarter for the Patriots. That's Nasias Morrison with the handoff, skirting the tackles. Got some nice lateral quickness. He finds the finds the end zone, I should say, for the JL Man touchdown. And in the second, Woodruff's got the ball, but we got a sack and we got a fumble. And Alex McDaniel recovering in the end zone for a JL Man defensive touchdown. They scored another defensive touchdown on a pick six not long after, and JL Man takes care of Woodruff 40-0. All right, welcome back to Friday Night Hits. Let's keep it moving. St. Joe's at home for the first time this fall, hosting the Landrum Cardinals, led by new head coach Brent Bridges. The student section, let me hear it. We got Patriots. We even got some fishermen. We even got some kids mean mugging on the end. All right, scoreless in the first quarter. St. Joe's, Cade Alt. He's got the ball. The Cardinals defense swarming. Jaden Van Wettering getting a paw in there to poke the ball out. Landrum falls in it. That sets up Cardinals right away in the red zone. The Knights defense holds. Landrum going for the short field goal. Watch out now. William Gillespie blocking that kick. So we got defense, we got special teams making plays early in this game. St. Joe's leading 7-6. Braden Johnson, front porch knock-in. Who's there? Braden is. Knights go up by 8, and they go on to win 34-6. Chapman rallied from 14 down last week for their first win over Burns since the 1960s. Boiling Springs, however, has been awfully impressive. Ryshawn Morgan trucking, got my chips cashed in. Bulldogs throw the first punch, 7-0 Boiling Springs. Lincoln Husky, he threw 5 touchdowns last week in their big win over Malden. Here's another to Tristan Horsey Johnson. Great name. Boiling Springs up 14-0. And they hand Chapman the Panthers' first loss of the year. Boiling Springs had 1 win all of last season. They were 1-10. They were off to a 2-1 start this year's Matt Reel's Bulldogs. are rolling. The Liberty Red Devils 2-0 for the first time since 2016 at home against Eastside. The Eagles in the red zone. Jaden Page finding Baron Leonard powering in for the touchdown to take a 7-0 Eastside lead. The Red Devils, however, they would respond. Keedall Jackson, little pop pass turns into a big play. How about a 65-yard house call? See ya, as number 7 ties the game at 7. But Eastside fighting for their first win of the season, and they won't be denied. Scooter Foster, scoot, scoot, gang, gang. Eagles soar 28-21 over Liberty. A few more scores to show you tonight. Berea beating Carolina for their first win of the season, 34-19. Palmetto over Travelers Rest, 20-19. Chesney over Walhalla, 20-10. And Hampton County beating Emerald, 27-24. Gaffney's early season schedule full of title contenders with undefeated South Point on tap tonight. Gaffney got cooking in week 1 last week, 63 points in their win over Union County, but trailing the Stallions here 7-0. South Point's got the ball, and they're looking to pass, but Gaffney's Viante Robb says, give me that. He's going the other way. Nice little return there, and from there, Gaffney on the move. Jaden McDowell, he knows what to do with it. Yes, chef, knocks the game at 7, coming right into the living room. There we are, same score just before halftime, 7-7. Gaffney's back with the ball. Riley Staten, Amazon Littlejohn, the crosser, the slant, that does Gaffney good. A 30-yard strike for 6, and Gaffney leads 14-7, and they get a big-time early season win over South Point, 27-21. The Crescent Tigers off to a nice start, 2-0, making their way to Simpsonville to face Fountain Inn. Crescent leading 7-0 in the first quarter when Crescent's Dylan Dale connects with Keontae Parks on a 35-yard touchdown pass, 14-0. Later, it's Darius Lattimore for Crescent as these Tigers still rolling. How about a 21-yard touchdown as the Tigers just keep doing their thing in this game. Fountain Inn would finally get on the board late, but Crescent 33-13 with a win over Fountain Inn as they improve to 3-0. Last game of the night, Ty Sutherland has Woodmont 2-0 in his first season, rumbling into Riverside. Warriors leading 17-12. Ty Breeze just sort of chucks it up there. Woodmont's Jabari Hailstock, look what I've got. He's brought down before he can take off. Turns out to be a touchdown-saving tackle, but with Woodmont on the move, Jordan Sink, he's picked off by Somad Edie. Turnovers back and forth, and Riverside hangs on here 37-26. The final. Week 2 of Friday Night Hits. That's it. That's all. It is in the books for Chase and Julia and our entire hard-working crew. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you next week. Same time, same place. Enjoy your college football Saturday.